Okay, I think we got it now. Yeah, to undo some things, But hey, Pisces, thanks for coming through. We're going to get into I know, I'll make it hard to let go. Even when I'm alone. Okay. Good morning.
I said I just sent the battle to AppleJuice, but if she's in the thick of her stream, she might not answer.
I'm actually just started streaming live on YouTube. I'm about to do the Pisces monthly reading. So I was like, oh, perfect. Now that
it's perfect.
Yep.
So you know what that means, guys. I'm going to end my live stream and I'm going to go hop into AppleJuice.
Oh,
she'll do tarot too. She's going to do all of them.
Right.
Are you starting with Pisces?
I'm starting with Pisces, yeah.
Yeah, so she'll be doing it.
Whoever's around when I get to the next one, I'll just go with that sign next after I do Pisces, then I'll do whoever's around or thank you, Jameson.
One of my friends and often hangs out with me. She was with me all day yesterday. I got her 2 stony baloney.
Stones, super stones. All right, so I'm going to ask my angel spirit guides for clarity, confirmation, guidance. Let's see what we have for the first 10 days of September for our Pisces. With all this good Pisces energy in here. Okay. Ooh. In the heart of the matter, first 10 days of September for Pisces. Heart of the matter. Ooh, yeah. Since I know your story, I know that these cards are lining up with what I know so far. Subconsciously, the first 10 days, love and money for Pisces. All right. From the 11th. Thank you. Good. Heart of the matter, middle of the month, love and money for Pisces. Okay. Nice. Subconscious, thank you. Appreciate that. And the 21st, 22nd on, love and money for Pisces. Last 10 days. Wow, that came out just like that. Boom, boom, and boom. Well, it was kind of topsy-turvy. Okay. Struggle month. It's a struggle. I ain't gonna lie to you. You know I don't lie. I'm not capable. I'm just really bad at it, so no sense in me trying, right? Remind me to press the rematch. Okay, Pisces. First 10 days in the headspace, love and money. First card out, you have the Lovers here in reverse. I'm using the iPhone. I'm never good at pressing it. Okay. First 10 days of the month, it feels like you guys are experiencing some strong desire. When this card is up in the reverse, this is, an indicator you might be feeling infatuated, really given over to like kind of throwing caution to the side and not really focused on your priorities. It's just like, I'm hearing girls just want to have fun. You might need a little bit of extra meditation, spiritual guidance, something to help ground you and give you some more perspective. It's just that, that kind of feeling when you just met someone and it's so, everything is perfect, rose-colored glasses. So beware of that the first 10 days. Also beware, there might be some poor decisions with the money. Maybe some bad advice, or some bad advice that you had before is now starting to show up as a bit of a problem. It's on your head already. In your heart of hearts, you've got the 9 of Wands. So when the 9 of Wands is there, as far as your love situations go, this is when you're not quite sure if you want to stay in this relationship. It feels like the long, hard road. How much more can you give to it? Are you determined? So in your heart, it's like, maybe like in your headspace, you're all goo goo gaga, caught up in this, whatever you're thinking about, your love interests, your partners, your friends, your whatever. But in your heart, it feels like you kind of know that you're fight or flight, like either you're going to stick through this or get out now. So this is really asking you to, reach for an anchor. Again, this is really telling you, reach for an anchor, see if you can get someone to help you get clarity, get focused, get grounded. Maybe you need a personal reading here, okay? You've got some amazing friends around you. So ask them for advice, and you know what? Don't be an ask hole. That's the people that ask for advice all the time and never take it. So be worried about that. As far as the financial issues, money wise, when this card shows up, this is definitely telling you that you got the stuff it takes to get out of the whatever bind you might have found yourself in, whatever hole you might have dug for yourself, you can get yourself out. It might not be easy, but during the first 10 days, you'll be satisfied with getting away from whoever. I feel like maybe if you have been overextending yourself as far as lending, something of that sort, it might be like, okay, you got some extra income coming in. Don't lend this out. Use it to dig yourself out of whatever hole the people got you in. You might have trusted someone too quickly, something like that with your money. So time to get it on back for yourself. And then, hey, Miss Leo, I see you. And then, sun out his eyes there. Okay. Subconsciously, the first 10 days, like I said, those rose-colored glasses there, it's like, I feel like if you're doing a lot of, when the lovers is in reverse, it's like a sign of like hedonism. So that might just be where the we can't keep your hands off of each other, something of that kind. And you might be realizing like, we are behaving like teenagers. You know what I mean? I'm really acting silly as hell out here. You know what? If you want to have better options, or this is just an opportunity for you to be the vibe you want to see. So if you want to start making date night like actually date night, not just, hooking up, linking up like that, like, go to a play or a museum, something like that, you might have to be the one to go ahead and plan that in order to get out of this little crazy teenager phase in your relationship. Okay. And as far as your money goes, subconsciously, um, there's some kind of money that you can count on, something to help you launch a new stream. Um, I feel like out on your own kind of thing. You usually partner up with these people or this entity to do business to generate some income, but it's looking like the first 10 days you might be considering taking the money and starting your own gig, Now, after the 10th, so maybe around the 11th, 9/11, on your mind, first thing you have here is the Hierophant. Put you guys over here. Maybe this is good. Okay. So when the Hierophant is showing up, and this is for Pisces, I need to turn out that light back there. People usually see this card and they think, oh, matrimony, commitment. But this is a kind of a declaration. Towards the middle of the month, I think you guys kind of come to a decision like, are we really doing this? No more playing around and just hooking up behind the scenes or whatever. Something becomes a little bit more formal in your love life with your relationships, maybe. And if you're not in a relationship, you're not dating or anything, you're completely single, check the relationships where you guys have equal investment as far as friends, family, and so on. Some kind of declaration. Even if nothing else, this could be a declaration for your love of your spiritual path, your religion, your love of God, As far as your money goes, it feels like, you really been on a little bit of a roller coaster the first 10 days. So by the middle of the month, you're trying to take a more moderate and reserved, conservative approach to spending and budgeting overall. Good luck with that, guys. This card is also usually a good indicator if you have been feeling like, the burden of tithing is upon you. It's a good time to look into giving out to charity. Especially since we're talking about September 11th, I'm just thinking of, maybe the families that were affected by that could use a little of a donation of your time, money, just whichever spiritual organization you prefer, but keep that in mind. Okay. In the heart of the matter for the whole month, you got the Four of Swords. So overall, you're going to need a rest, This is asking you to take a chill pill, right? Generally. But it feels like maybe after this declaration of love or this offer of like, are we going to do this? Are we going to be a real couple? You kind of have to sit and wait for the answer to come. Or somebody might approach you this way, asking you for the commitment and so on, declaring this undying love for you. They so enamored with you and you're just like, I'll think about it. Let me think about it for a second. It feels like the declaration, it feels rushed or something. Like trying to make up for your sins or something of the sort. So there's some issue with it that makes you have to take a step back here. There's a couple of issues actually, but that's not the big, you've been overlooking those issues. So I'm just kind of getting a sense of like, he lives with his mom kind of thing. Like I can overlook that part, but now you want to get married. You want to move in my house. Oh, well, now we might need to. Let me think about that for a second, Okay, and as far as your money goes, with this comes when you see the Four of Swords in your reading, you really got to get your game plan visualized in your mind. If you can see it, you can budget it. If you can get yourself mentally stable, you're not constantly going from one extreme to the other, because it does feel like there is some kind of, in the first 10 days, there's a situation that you are trying to break away from or considering breaking from. And now towards the middle of the month, it feels like now you're thinking maybe I need to go back, a little back and forth there. So if your money feels real funny towards the middle of the month, the best action is no action. Get your mind right. Ask your angels, ask your guides for clarity on what you should do next, or ask me. Hit me up for a personal reading. See what they say about that, okay? In the subconscious, the middle of the month, so I'm thinking going like after the 15th or so. You've got the Five of Pentacles here. Heavy Taurus in the middle of the month. Maybe it's their moon sign. I feel like they might be outwardly fire or air. Gemini specifically. Fire signs are there. Sagittarius is here. Pretty heavy too. But towards the middle of the month, they kind of take on this Taurus vibe. Well, one thing you know about Taurus is that they live and breathe with the idea of how much do we have. Security is a really big issue for them. So enough is not enough. They need stores. They need backup. Okay. When you have the Five of Pentacles, kids will be kids with their cars. When you have the Five of Pentacles there, it's like, this is in the subconscious towards the middle of the month, around the 15th. It feels like, the honeymoon phase is really over. How loud is that? That is super loud. Give me 1 second. Let me close this door because they are going in outside.
Isn't that crazy, you guys? On my Taurus rising and my Gemini moon. This is just a general Pisces reading.
This is the general. You're right. So, yeah. I don't know if that's going to help much with the noise, but yeah. So it feels like the honeymoon phase is over for you guys. Enough playing games. It kind of feels like now that you've taken your financial future, your security much more seriously, it's just not so much splurging. You might not be so much willing to foot the bill, let's say if the issue was with your partner, because remember there were some issues that you were willing to overlook, some flaws in your love relationships, and it feels like it has a lot to do with that person's financial security. Like, do you guys match there? And it feels like when you first, in the beginning of the reading, You are kind of overlooking it. You're doing all the extra spending. You're, overlending, over giving, and now towards the middle of the month, it's like, I ain't got it. Love is all we got. Are you going to be the same person? Are you still so hot for me if I'm not, always doing all of this extravagance with my money? All that devil may care if I'm on a tight budget and I'm just as down and out as you are. Times are tough over here. Are you still the same person? Love, if it's real love, it'll still be there regardless of how much money is there. Poor people are in love all the time. You know what I mean? Money is not a requirement to be in love. Okay. And then obviously, as far as your money goes with the Five of Pentacles there, you're going to want to tighten up. You started to recognize, like, I really was blowing hella cash on this sexy little bum. I don't know. Seems like a very loving, very sexy, but very unstable, insecure type of person. So you'll think about being more responsible in the future, because I kind of get that feeling of, a lot of women, especially, I don't know how they got reprogrammed like this, but they feel like they have to spend their money to prove that they're independent. Like, I don't need no man. I could pay the bill and we could go half on everything and all that. And yeah, but somebody who really loves you is not going to require you to do that. So keep plotting forward, but you'll need to be much more responsible in the future, Pisces. Okay. Last 10 days of the month, things look up. Things are looking up. Love does seem to save the day. You got the Knight of Cups here. So your knight in shining armor arrives. Or maybe this is you, Pisces. Being the knight in shining armor. As far as your love goes, it feels like you guys are able to come to some agreement about the spending. You're able to rehash this. And you find yourself really respecting and honoring each other towards the end of the month, working together to meet a goal. Sometimes, a lot of times, overcoming big challenges like that is one of the easiest and clearest ways to fall in love. Without that kind of overcoming that challenge, that, tragedy is something so scary and y'all made it through together. Now you've seen each other at the worst, and now you can love the best parts too. You start to notice every little great thing about the person when they've survived something with you, gone through something major. Anybody can sit and look cute for a couple hours at dinner, but get lost in a theme park or something, you know what I mean? Break your ankle and have to drag each other to the car, something of that magnitude. Not, God forbid you break anything, but I'm just saying, having something to really overcome makes, especially for those that identify as men, the hero complex thing. They want to be able to actually save you. So it looks good, you guys. That Five of Pentacles. Oh my God, we almost was broke. Is that right? All right, we both know how to make some pretty good ramen. We gonna make it through. We okay. I love you, man. I love you too, man. That kind of vibe. As far as your money goes, it feels like you've come up with an idea. You're inspired in a new direction. You have some goals that you can see the finish line towards the end of the month. Whatever your plan was as far as tightening your belt, financially seems to have worked, or whatever good karma you get from giving to charity, tithing, it seems to come back around. And now, I mean, there is a sense of adventure with the Knight of Cups. So it might be territory that you never did before. Like maybe you end up opening a business with this hedonistic love partner from the beginning of the month. It could work. You just never did that before. You never mixed your money up with your love, your pleasure. So, but you could see like the numbers add up. It does work. It's just, do you do that? Yeah, you can. They stuck by you while you were a little nervous about security, the future, right? Be careful though. I'm getting a real sense of there's a drinking situation here. Be careful that you're not over indulging. Like, you know what? Make sure this is not a drunk ass idea like that. This new venture that would make an excellent, we could be farmers. Let's just start a ranch together. She says as she drinks another fifth of vodka. Don't be mindful of your intake there, Pisces. You guys are the fish, so you're prone to drink like a fish, or in some cases maybe you smoke like a fish, whatever it is. Just be mindful. Okay, so it feels like towards the end of the month, you're willing to consider, I feel like, going into business with your partner, letting them have more control over things, but it kind of comes at a cost for you. You're like, okay, if we doing this together, then you're mine and mine only. I own you now, So it's like a completely different person from that hedonistic, pleasure-seeking person. It becomes more of a like, I'm gonna need you to be, available 24/7 under in my back pocket all day. As far as your money goes, it's like, whatever happens, I'm not going back to that Five of Pentacles. So it's real tunnel vision, my way or the highway. We tried it your way originally. That obviously didn't work. Let me do what I do. You can help. If you want to help, just be quiet and sit in the car, kind of vibe there. It seems to be a bit much because by the end of the month, you've got the Three of Swords here. So it doesn't feel like your partner is this love interest that you got. I don't know if it's a friend, a family member, a new church you decide to go to, but it's like y'all going through it, the whole gamut from the honeymoon phase to the divorce court, all in one. Okay. This card did come topsy-turvy. So I feel like if you can control your possessiveness, your stubbornness, or whatever, control your emotional reactions to things, different ideas, it could go either way. You could be healing from it, or it could be just the final straw. I'm concerned because what I see is, remember, we had the Four of Swords and the only other sword. So it feels like you haven't really expressed. You still, when you start to express what those little hiccups that you were avoiding or not speaking about earlier in the month, when you start to actually just let it flow, let it out, you find that this person is a little bit more rigid than you originally expected. And you might consider like, what do you mean we can't, pack up and move to Boca Raton because you're married? What? You know what I mean? Like it feels like a kind of an anvil drop here. Other shoe drops towards the end of the month. It's not all roses, but as far as your money goes, it feels like this might have been like a quick solution. Like, okay, we didn't, maybe we canceled our gym memberships and stuff throughout the month, and that alleviated some of the pressure. But here we are almost next month, and we're back at the same story again. The same issue comes back around. So next time we got to come up with a longer lasting solution to these mini storms that keep popping up. And it feels like mostly because you want people around. You want to do something in conjunction with people. If you were to stay by yourself, you'd be fine. But trying to include everybody, help everybody, it gets you in a kind of a cycle that I would rather not see you in. If this works out where you're able to come to an understanding, then this could be that you actually resolve the issue. You were able to restore balance in your financial life, as well as accept the fact that, this is as far as we can go in the love relationships, okay? Your advice is the 8 of Wands. That's some advice. Whoa, what the heck? How did that just change? Okay, there you go. That was strange, like everything just changed. Okay. 8 of Wands as advice. You got to aim before you fire, okay? Have some direction. Don't just, it's kind of your nature, Pisces, to kind of go with the flow, but you're serious about your money. I don't know, I don't know how many, I know a few Pisces, and they come up on the money, but they're quick to let it go too, now that I really think about it. The men more so than the women, nonetheless. This feels like it might be an indicator that whoever this person is that you're dealing with, either you or them is accusing each other of like infidelity and everything. Like, this is one of those situations where like, are you cheating on me? Like, we're not even in a relationship. Well, let's be in a relationship so you could stop cheating on me. You know what I mean? So be careful of, letting your passion get the best of you this month, Pisces. And if someone is trying to pin you down, because you guys are the fish, so if they're accusing you and doing all that, keep your receipts this month, okay? You can prove your side of the story, settle it for once and for all. Don't keep letting the mystery get bigger and bigger this month. Aim, direction. And there needs to be some balance in your finances. You can't be the only person digging yourself in the hole in the name of love or money or business partnership or anything, or family or anything. There's no reason why you should be the only one putting out, okay, financially. All right, Pisces. How many minutes was that? 34 minutes, not bad. Hope that's helpful for you guys. I will see you next month. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe on this video. Come back and watch it a couple times throughout the month. It'll make more sense later, I find. it's predicting. So you have to come back and be like, oh yeah, it did happen just like that. All right, thanks for watching.